It looks as though fans will soon be returning to Fantasy Island, as it's been confirmed that Jeff Wadlow will be directing a reboot film for Blumhouse. The classic Fantasy Island TV series starred Ricardo Montalban as Mr. Roarke, who welcomed guests to his island to have their wildest fantasies come true. Created by Gene Levitt, the original show ran from 1977 to 1984 for 154 episodes. Besides Montalban, Herv Villechaize also starred on the show as Tattoo, Roarke's assistant. The guests were often famous celebrities, with each episode revolving around one or more person's fantasy. It seems like a place anyone would want to visit, however the fantasies would rarely turn out the way guests had hoped, with Mr. Roarke showing people the errors of their ways. While multiple shows today are getting the small screen revival treatment that already took place back in 1998 for Fantasy Island, as the show was given a modern spin starring Malcolm McDowell as Mr. Roarke. That reboot may have been cancelled after a single season, but nearly 20 years later, it looks like fans will finally be getting more Fantasy Island adventures in the form of a film-related Truth or Dare star. Once a Blumhouse Cinematic Universe, THR announced today that Blumhouse and Sony are developing a new Fantasy Island movie with Wadlow attached to direct. Wadlow is also writing the script for the film, along with fellow writers Chris Roach and Jillian Jacobs. Wadlow will be very involved with Fantasy Island creatively, since he's writing, directing, and co-producing the film for Blumhouse and distributor Sony. Wadlow made his directorial debut in 2002 with the short The Tower of Babble, but would later direct Kick-Ass 2, and the recent horror film Truth or Dare. Truth or Dare opened to mainly negative reviews, which was no doubt a disappointment to Blumhouse given its promising premise. The end credits for Truth or Dare set up a possible sequel, but at this point that seems unlikely. Blumhouse Productions may be known for focusing mainly on horror films, but Fantasy Island will be one of their more lighthearted productions, if they stick to the source material. With Fantasy Island just being announced today, not much is known about this future Blumhouse and Sony production, since the film already has its director, writer, and producer in the form of Wadlow. Development on the film is no doubt underway, and more updates will surely come out in the coming months. The possibilities of this project could be endless though, as the potential for guests' fantasies will be majorly boosted by modern-day CGI and special effects techniques. Source: THR Tags. Fantasy Island. Looking for an AD-free experience on ScreenRant?